What's up, Gabby here from Ray Studios, and in this video I'm gonna show you the best video accessories for your iPhone. When it comes to cases, well, this is something that I highly recommend because either you're shooting video or not, you're still probably gonna buy a case. So if it happened that you're a filmmaker like me, why not buy something that is a little bit more helpful for what you're doing? Now I'm gonna talk a little bit about some simple cases, like for example, the Apple leather case for the iPhone 14 Pro, and this offers pretty good protection. I dropped my phone quite a few times and it didn't break, so yeah, the case is like scratch all over, and yeah, I dropped it too many times, so it's still hanging in there after a year and a half. It has MAGSAFE, looks really nice, probably the nicest one, but yeah, it's not much of a filmmaker case. Now we're getting into the more direct filmmaker cases, or in this case, cage. This is like an actual cage for a phone. Basically, you open here, you slide your phone in. Actually, I already made a video on this one, and you can watch it just clicking somewhere in there. And then you have quarter 20s on the top. You also have a Hohem mount on the top. There are quarter 20s basically on all sides, so you can mount handles, Bluetooth handles, top handles. There is a space also to put a strap in here. And you can also, in the Hohem mount, you can put microphones and lights. So it's a very complete sort of cage. But what really makes it special is that you can have this T-mount, and there is this accessory for smallrig where you can put filters. Now I modified this from 52mm magnetic to a 77 fixed because I can screw on my professional filters that I already have for my big camera. So that makes it very useful. And now to the one that I actually use all the time. This is the fotorgear case for the iPhone 14 Pro. They also have another one available for the iPhone 15 Pro that looks almost the same. This is made of pretty good quality. The only thing I'm not a big fan of is a little bit slippery, but you can see here how the cameras are very well protected. They protect all the corners of the phone in case you drop it. There are some grooves here on the side, so it's not too slippery, at least when you're grabbing it for photography or for filmmaking. And the most important is that we also have the T-mount, so you can put lenses on this, but there is also a magnetic adapter to mount filters. Now, I also modified that adapter from 67 to 77, and then I can use my professional filters. And this is very, very convenient because I can just take this out of my phone, boom, filter, and start shooting. So this is the one that I recommend the most. Also have MAGSAFE, yeah, it's an everyday case that is also for filmmakers and for photographers. When it comes to gimbals, there are three gimbals I actually recommend. The Zhiyun Smooth 5S, and a little bit better is the feiyutech Mini Scorp 2 or Scorp Mini 2 that have AI and it's like very professional, but the one that I use the most and it comes with me every time is the Hohem N6. That's because it's lightweight, portable, and it packs every professional feature that any other gimbal has, plus the AI that you can change direction. I make a full review, you can click it somewhere in there. And also like the case doesn't waste any space, it just fits the gimbal and it fits on a backpack. I'm all about being lightweight and portable. Next is microphones. So the microphone that I've been using for a really long time is the MoMA Lark, or probably you know it as Holyland Lark. You see, I live in China and they have to change the name here because holy is not a good word in a communist country. But yeah, here we go. The MoMA Lark or Holyland Lark. And this is pretty good quality. It has good audio, pretty good endurance. And I need to use a lightning adapter. So here, I need to use a lightning adapter, which means that this kind of hangs on the phone unless I use that cage that I have the Hohem mount, or I can put on the Hohem mount in some of the brackets. But generally speaking, this is, even so, it's pretty good. Now I've been using most of the time this one right here, and this is the Hohem. Now review, clicking somewhere in there. I really like this microphone, and there isn't because I'm good friends with the people at Hohem, which I did work with them, is because they're actually good microphones. So first, they come with an included magnet, so you don't need to have the magnet somewhere else. The magnet goes in the case. Now I have the the windshield filter also directly in the case. It mounts really easy, very secure, have noise cancellation. It can record to SD cards. You can plug lavalier microphone into it, so you can have just the lavalier microphone that you would with a professional microphone. And look at how small is the receiver. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And even so, it's that small, you can monitor the audio, you can charge your phone at the same time, and you can change the levels of the microphone and control the noise cancelling. Now, this microphone can also be used independent, so you don't even need to have the phone. You can just literally use it like like a handheld microphone for interviews. Even so, if you don't have signal, even without the receiver, it can still internal record into the TF card. And they also have their own charging port, so you don't need to carry the case, or in case you forgot the case, you can still charge them on the go very quickly. Audio is pretty good, so yeah, it's not the best audio. I think this is a little bit better audio quality, but this is good enough, and I very highly recommend it. When it comes to brackets, I do have a lot. Quite a lot. That's not because I want to, that's because I have to try them all till I find the right one for what I need. So I'm gonna try to explain to you why there are songs that I like, songs that I don't like. So first, this is the Ulanzi bracket that you can put your phone here. What's special about this is that it's actually a grip for photography, and it have a remote control on top. Now, the reason I don't quite like it is because it's quite slippery. So if you hold it like this, you can see how the phone is sliding out till it completely slide out. So it's something that you need to be very careful with. But what is good about it is that once you put your phone, if you're being careful, it's offer grips. You can also change the direction and change to the other hand. You can also adjust the height. So if you want to hold it like this, it's also okay. And you can also open it, and it becomes a mini tripod. So it's quite useful. Also have a corkscrew mount on top, but they are not quarter 20. The other advantage is we have another corkscrew mount here, so top and bottom, and the remote control. Now, next, let me take this out, and I'll show you the next one. Is also from Ulanzi. Ulanzi tends to make very good accessories, so yeah, it's a good brand for accessories. The thing about this is that you push the button, you move this up, and when you close, it offers good pressure. So you can see how the other one was sliding, and this is a lot harder for it to slide out of place. And yet again, we have corkscrew mounts on top and bottom, and this can rotate, so you can use it in portrait mode and on landscape mode. And yeah, it's actually pretty good. When you want to remove your phone, the one thing that I don't like is that you need two hands. So you need to push with one hand, and then the phone basically falls. So you need to use two hands, and that's quite understandable. So, but yeah, something to consider. The next one is for PhotoPro. This is a quite good brand for camera equipment. One thing that I like about this is first, it's very nice design. We have quarter 20, by the way. This also have single quarter 20, but these have two quarter 20. So they have one on the back, one in the bottom. They have a corkscrew mount on top, and we also have a male corkscrew mount on the bottom. So it's different. So you can put this basically on top of your camera, slide it in, or in some other corkscrew mount accessory. So basically, to illustrate my point, this is what happened. You can put it on top of another one. Now, it's not very secure, to be honest, but you can. And the way it's open is like it's spring loaded. So this is the opposite of the other one. When you push, it goes all the way up, and then you need to close it. And yet again, if you put a little bit of pressure, it very securely closed. It doesn't become slippery. Yeah, the advantage of this, I think probably the reason why I bought it is because we have a double corkscrew mount, so bottom, back, and also like the spring action here. You push, the phone falls, but it falls in the other hand. Yet again, you need two hands. Now, this one I bought it, I guess because it was very expensive, and I like high quality stuff. And this is the Ulanzi ST23. By the way, I put links of everything I'm talking about in this video in the description down below, with the best possible price. And hopefully, if I can talk to some of the companies, they can offer some discounts as well. So this is really nice. So the materials is aluminum. It's very well made. They have some rubber here, so the phone doesn't slip. And then what is cool about it is it's very slim, and you can put it in your pocket. So it's very good for transportation, and you turn this around, And there you have a bracket. Now this have a cursor mount in the top and on the back. Now the cursor mount on the back I consider to be pretty cool because if you put a microphone, it's kind of like on the back of the phone, it's a little bit cleaner. You can also put it here on top, but yeah, I like more the idea of putting it here on the back. And the other thing is that these have quarter 20s on the bottom, but also on the sides. So we have 3 quarter 20s that give you the ability to put some magic arms and accessories and lights and stuff. So you have it in one side, in the other side, in the bottom. You put the phone, and this is the other thing that is quite interesting. You need to loosen here the key. Then you can push, so you can put a little bit of pressure, lock this key, and this is maybe even more secure than the other two that I already showed you. So you can see it's very hard for it to slip. And you can also kind of use it as a grip if you want. And it's very portable. Yeah, I guess it's okay. It's just expensive, so, but yeah, it is a pretty good bracket. That's what is somewhere on the middle. Now we come to the ones I like. And this one I like because it's relatively small, all made of metal. It can rotate basically all 360 in this direction, but it can also rotate all the way up and down. I think it's like 180 or a little bit more than 180. I like to use this mostly because it's a one-handed operation. And yeah, for me it's all about simplicity, and it seems to be fast, easy, and be able to rotate so I get the horizon level in place. I can change the tilting and from whatever is it that I'm using it. We have a cursor mount on top, which is something not very interesting. And even so this is a spring-loaded, they have no locks like the other ones. It is quite safe. I mean, it's a little slippery. I wouldn't use it as a hand grip, but it's still pretty okay. But like I say, it's a one-handed. So if I mount this on a stand, you can see how easy it is to in and out. And that for me is a big deal. Now, my favorite, this is the lip light. My favorite bracket is the lip light. This is called the lip light, let me see, LYJ1. And yet again, you guessed it, yeah. One-handed, load and unload. But what's special about this is, well, first, the quality is amazing. We have here the screw. We have these grooves, and the shape of it is fantastic. Now we only have one quarter 20, and that's all I need. We have cursor mounts on top and bottom. We can rotate all the way. And this one can also tilt, but something special, it can pan. So once you mount it with either the cursor male mount here or the quarter 20, you can still rotate. And that for me is a very big advantage, because if you put the stand somewhere where the level is not correct, you can adjust for the level, but maybe you cannot move the stand legs or the tripod legs, and then you might need to rotate in that direction. It just makes everything simple. Finish, take it out, and that's it. So it's a little bit big. You can see in comparison with this one, for example. Actually, it's not much bigger, but yeah, the quality is amazing. I like that I can operate it with one hand, and yeah, very practical. Anyway, for this bracket, thanks for the cases, is whatever is best for you. Next is a stand. Make sure to stay to the very end of this video when I'm going to talk about what's the most important gear I have for my iPhone and what I actually want to own, and I could basically get rid of everything else. But for now, let's talk about stands. So these are the stands that I have. So I start with maybe the least important, which is this one. This is a dedicated stand by Ulanzi. It has a remote control. The remote control, you can take it out. It's very small, very nice. And it has good range. It's like 10 meters or something. Now you can put your phone in here. And yet again, one-handed operation, that's not bad. The quality of this is very, just okay. The good thing is that you can pan, you can tilt, and you can rotate to match the horizon. And this open up, and this is where the quality of this doesn't feel as great. Even so, you have 4 legs. When you open all the way, this is 1.7 meter tall. It kind of like, okay, it's holding the phone okay, but sometimes the wind blows and I don't feel very confident with this one. Other than that, it's pretty okay, especially for the price, since this is not very expensive. It also have a quarter 20 with a wheel for adjustment here, and you can basically do this. Bring the phone with a bracket here, and you can put a light or another phone and read a script while you're filming at the same time. Okay, now next to the stand that I actually kind of like, especially for using at home, and you can see that this is already looking a little bit different. And the legs, even so, it only have 3 legs, which is kind of normal for a stand. It does have a lock here. By the way, this is from uurig, which is the same company as Ulanzi. It's just like an alternative name that they have. And then it is done a little bit stronger than the other one. And what I like about this is MAGSAFE. So I can just simply put my phone in there. And you know how I love to have like 100 operation devices, and look how simple that is. And I can just bring it in the other direction, and I'm filming myself, and I can put it like to the side, in vertical mode, portrait for TikTok or whatever. And what I like about this is, let me show you really quickly. I'm gonna unlock this, close it. This is a little bit shorter than the one. I think it's 1.6 meter. I'll put the information somewhere on the screen. But also with this is that you can just simply use this mechanism. So look at this. I'm gonna bring it into this for demonstration purposes. And now I'm filming arrows anywhere. You can put it to a chair, to any furniture, and yeah, the fact that it's MagSafe is very cool. You can also use it without mounting this absolutely anywhere. So you can have it like so. And you could be shooting like from the table, getting some static shots should be all right. So yeah, this one, I like it quite a lot. Now, what I have here, this is the Insta360 selfie stick. And it's span up to 1.8 meters, so it's kind of long. And you can put any bracket like this one or another proper bracket. We already seen all the brackets just a moment ago, and you can get shots moving or very tall shots. You can get your camera up high. So this is something that sometimes I use. I could recommend. You can also use it with a stand, but this is a lot lighter and portable. Now we come to my favorite stand, and it's my favorite because, well, you can see it's much bigger and it's a lot heavier. So this is made of metal. The legs are very, very strong. Actually, they're not easy to open. There we go. The fact that they're not easy to open is kind of like a good thing. These also have a lock. You can lock it in, and this open up to, I think it's 2 meters, so it's very strong. And I'm using my favorite bracket on it. So yeah, this is just very good quality, very strong. And yet again, 100 operation. There we have it. So this is my favorite stand. Okay, before I finish, I want to talk about some miscellaneous. So this is a suction cup, like a professional suction cup that I can mount my professional camera on it. But sometimes I feel a little bit uneasy mounting my big expensive camera. So I guess mounting my phone is a very, very good option. Yeah, it is very safe for a phone because it can take much more weight. I think it can take up to like 4 kilograms. Mounting the phone feels pretty safe. So yeah. That's good. This is for mounting on a bicycle handle. Basically, that's the mount. And yeah, it can be also very useful. Remember to use a good bracket so the phone doesn't fall off. Now, I recommend a couple of lights here. I don't usually like to use lights when I shoot with my phone, but if it is very necessary, I will use smaller lights like this that you can fit on a pocket, and they have quite a lot of power. I believe this is like 8 watts, this is 12 watts. So they're pretty powerful considering how small they are, and they're full RGB color and CCT, which means you can sometimes throw some cool effects if you're shooting some products or doing something nice and special. By the way, I did a review on this one, and I think on this one too. I put links as usual in the description down below, also if you want to buy them. Now, here we're going to some more specific stuff. These are like these giant magnets that you can put on a car with a quarter 20. So if you can adapt anything, like you put one of those brackets that I showed you earlier, you can basically throw this on top of a car and it will stick, and it's very strong. So you don't need to use this that is so much bigger. This is a little bit more discreet and a lot faster because when you put it there, boom, magnetized, that's it. This is a smaller one, so if you want to magnetize to something like a fridge or to somewhere on the road that is not moving, so there is no danger, this is good enough. Now, this is something that I like to use sometimes when I'm riding electric skateboards and filming from the electric skateboards. That makes sure that the phone doesn't fall off. So this goes inside the case, you put this one in here, and you're riding, something happened, and you don't drop the phone is still there, it's safe. And then very quickly, if I'm vlogging, these are some cool stands. You can quickly stand it on a table, And the good thing about this one, this is a Manfrotto Pixie. It's been around for a long time. You put your bracket here, and the good thing about it, you put your phone. It's not that good with the camera, but it's okay with the phone. And you just push a button and you change the angle really quick. And that's very convenient when you're shooting on the go. Now this is the Ulanzi MT14. I did review this one a while back. It is actually better because the legs can extend, so it's a lot more secure. Now the head can lock and it can go 90 degrees. It has a culture mode on the side to mount microphones, so it's a lot more advanced. But if you're shooting with a phone, unnecessary. Don't do anything that you don't need, because you'll gonna end up carrying extra weight or having extra functions that you don't need, so it's gonna slow you down. So I'd rather have this that is kind of faster. Okay, last but not least, some of my favorite MagSafe accessories are power banks. Now, I have this one, very small one. This is a 5000 milliamps power bank. You can see how small that is, how clean it is, but this one tends to overheat. It has no brand, so yeah, it's more convenient, but if you're shooting 4K videos and you already have a power bank that overheats, not convenient. Now, when it comes to quality power banks, I love Anker. This is another sponsor anyway. I like Anker, and the good thing about this one is 10,000 milliamps. Let me see, yeah? 10,000 milliamps. We have a Type-C and we have a regular USB connection here. That's very convenient because sometimes you do need to charge some of the other accessories like the microphones, and maybe a proper USB connection will be great. And this one is the 5000, and what is good about it that you can put it in there. You can quickly get some shots, maybe using the selfie camera, or you can start editing videos. Talking about editing videos, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know if you would like to see what software do I have on my iPhone 14 Pro. Now, before I sign up, I want to talk about what is probably the cheapest and most convenient and most important thing that you should have: cleaning clothes. Now, people completely overestimate the power of having clean lenses. So having clean lenses will make a big difference, so make sure to always have one of these. Don't clean it with your t-shirt. You might scratch your camera lenses and it's not worth it. These are very cheap. Clean your lenses every time you shoot. It's gonna be very important. Now, another MagSafe accessories are these. These are quarter 20. You can like just stick it in there, quickly change the direction, put it into one of the stands that we've probably seen. The problem with this one is that when I want to use the ultra wide angle camera, I might get a little bit of this on the shots, but if you're using your selfie camera or the main camera, this one is fine. Now, another accessory is the one we saw a little bit earlier. This one I actually really like it. You can use a stand, lock it into a furniture, put it on a proper stand with the quarter 20 on the bottom. And it's MagSafe, it's quick, it's 100 operation, so I really like it. And this one is cool for when we're shooting from a skateboard, and it basically offers a little bit of grip, so you can hold it. Let me show you. When we go on a skateboard, we're moving fast, and this gives a little bit of leverage, so you can hold your phone a little bit more confidently. I feel like maybe running or riding an electric skateboard or a bicycle, if you're only doing one hand, you better have something like this that give you a little bit more leverage. Like, it's not super safe, but well, it's better to have it. Also, if you edit for a long time, I like to put my middle finger, and I can hold my phone now with only one hand, while I can focus the other hand into editing and not have to have my pinky on the bottom. That makes it very tired. When it comes to the essentials, the gear that I really must have, if I can only choose one stand, if I can only choose one bracket, if I can only choose one microphone, and if I have to like a special limitation for whatever reason on how much gear I can pack, well, this is it. I'll take the big Ulanzi stand with the lip light bracket, the one that I like the most. I will definitely take a power bank, because when you shoot in 4K, especially 4K 60 frames per second, don't even mention if you shoot in Apple ProRes, the battery goes really fast. You need extra battery, and the Anker battery keeps the phone relatively cool, even so it might be already warm from shooting video. Yeah, this battery can also like quite a few times save the day. Of course, I always bring a cleaning clothes. I tend to buy like good quality cleaning clothes. To be honest, it doesn't make much of a difference. So make sure that they're big enough that they're easy to just clean the lenses on the go. Also clean the screen so you can clearly see the image. Then, of course, every single time, I will take this. Maybe this is the most important, even more important than the stand in some cases, because you can always hold your phone in your hand, but if you have bad audio, the whole video is useless. So having microphones, and especially these microphones, the Hohem, well, I really like them. It's just fit on my pocket. I'll take it with me all the time. Well, you can see all this stuff usually fits on my pocket. So it comes with me everywhere, either I'm shooting or not. And in some occasions, I have to bring a BND. This is already with the adapter. So I just put it in there. You can see how quickly that is. This is a BND 1.5 to 5. So it's good enough for a phone in most occasions. And this is BND plus black Misc. So it makes everything looks more cinematic and cool. So yeah, those are all the gears that I really take pretty much all the time, especially these two right here, and the cleaning clothes. And then if I'm doing some videos where I need a stand, I'll definitely take this one or the other one with the MAGSAFE adapter. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Links in the description down below for absolutely everything. I'll make sure that I put the best possible price out of Amazon, or especially from their companies, like in the case of Hohem. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I promise a lot more videos. By the way, let me know in the comment section down below if you would like to see what software I'm packing on my iPhone 14 Pro for both shooting videos and editing. Okay guys, that's it for today, and adios amigos!